In today's time, it has become very important to have career awareness and therefore a need to attend a career awareness webinar. But why is that? Number one, education landscape is changing rapidly. And why so? Because of technological advancements, new learning methods, and growing demand of specialized skills. Second, new age careers are on rise. Careers that did not exist when we were growing up or when it was time for us to choose a career, and careers which have come up as recent as 5 years ago or 10 years ago. For example, quantum computing or data science, um, blockchain engineering, cloud developers, social media influencers, social media marketing, environmental science, renewable sustainable energy, and the list goes on. Third, the cost of education is spiraling upwards. And we all can feel that pinch right from the school years of our children. The fees that we are paying for our children is much higher than what our parents would have paid for us. And not just that, the fees in colleges in India has also exponentially grown. Even the ones that have existed uh, for decades, like our good old IITs and many other such renowned institutes, their fees has also spiraled upwards, immensely. And also the number of students who are now applying for higher education abroad have outnumbered the students who are applying for education, for higher education in India. So therefore, it becomes very critical to have clarity about the course, about the country from where you want to pursue the course, about the colleges, which are the potential aspirational colleges from where you would like to pursue that course. And eventually, this sums up your career. Because, you know, one would want to avoid any career digressions or career detours or career swerving, whatever we call it, later on, because it can lead to a colossal waste, or if not waste, you know, it can lead to a lot of time, effort, and investment, kind of gone down the drain. Now, the question is, so, hence there is this pressing need to, make a very informed career decision. And an informed career decision is a one which is aligned to your child's personality. And what are the components of this personality? It is your child's interest. Does he know where his interest lies? What is his aptitude? Aptitude is a natural flair for something. It just comes so naturally. We are naturally good at it. And what are your values and skills? So all of this helps you make an informed career decision which is aligned to your child's overall personality. But how does one make this informed career choice, or how does one make this informed career decision? Sonia, if you can move to the next slide, please. So an informed career decision, to make an informed career decision, the first step is career awareness. And career awareness helps you discover your child's interest, aptitude, skills, and it also helps parents uncover their career beliefs, their family values and their own experiences that can go a long way in shaping their child's career. The second step towards making an informed career decision is career exploration. And career exploration is all about, you know, digging deeper to learn about different careers that exist. And, there are many ways, simple ways in which you can do career exploration. As simple as, children can talk to their own parents to understand their career path. Many of the children don't even know how did their parents become who they are, or talking to a lot of people in your social groups, in your family and friend circle. And if there is a particular career that you like, or that you kind of have aspiration to pursue, perhaps uh, go a step further and see if you can spend a day at work with a family friend or a relative who is in the career that you really want to pursue. And of course, there are other ways like, volunteering, job shadowing, internships, virtual internships. The whole objective of career exploration is to find a career that matches with your child's interest, skills, aptitude, and is ultimately aligned also to your family values and career beliefs that you may be holding on to. And the last step towards this informed career decision is career preparation. And a career preparation is a process of identifying a career path which will have set career milestones that you need to reach in order to achieve your broader career goal. Now, what is this career milestone? Let's find out. So these are some of the career milestones. Of course, it is just a broad-based milestone to give you some picture on what we are talking about. So the first career milestone comes as early as by the end of grade 10. What is a what stream should I opt for in grade 11? And, or what subject combinations for the international board? What subject combinations do I take? Which is really aligned to my interest, my aptitude. And what is the course or what are the qualifications that I need to go after if I want to apply for a job in my chosen field of career? And in today's time, we also have a big question of which is the best country to pursue that course, just in case we are planning to send our children abroad, whether it's undergrad or postgrad. And it does become imperative to make a list of colleges. And when we say a list of colleges, it just does not mean an aspirational list of colleges. It also includes a list of best fit colleges and the safety colleges so that we have something to fall back on. Then another milestone these days that we need to think about and ponder over is profile building. What kind of a profile do I need to build for those aspirational colleges which I have in my list in order to enhance my chances of getting through? Because these days, colleges look for a holistic admission process and not just grade based. They want to know the candidate in whole, beyond academics. They want to know the achievements of a student beyond academics as well, to understand his reason for applying for a particular course in a particular college. And obviously, another important milestone is entrance exams. What are the entrance exams that I need to crack for the course of my choice? How do I prepare for it? How early should I start preparing for it? So basically, a career path is nothing but a sequence of steps that one needs to follow in order to advance in their career. So it is basically a career path will give you a clear direction to progress by reaching these milestones step by step. So what happens is when we have this kind of a career path, we are able to stay focused and our efforts are concited and very directed towards our goal. Now, I'll just give you an example of how a career path can look like. Sonia, if we can move to the next slide. So, someone who wants to pursue say for example, architecture as as a as their career choice, then this is just one way of looking at the career path. So that child needs to take up science with maths. Definitely, like maths will definitely give that thrust. If someone is not really good in maths, they can still take up a SL, standard level maths, then a higher level maths. But science with maths is a combination that we look for if we want to pursue architecture. Then we know that we need to do bachelor's in architecture, which is a 5-year integrated program. So, what are the entrance exams that I will have to sit for? So, of course, there is NATA, National Architecture Examination, National Aptitude for Architecture. Then there is a JE Main Paper 2, JE Advanced AAT, CUCET. So, how does one prepare for it? Are there any coaching institutes, or is it a self study, or can we get some tutorials at home? What are the examination dates? How many attempts can we give? What will be the structure of the examination, the marking scheme, etc., etc. So one needs to have a full clarity on these entrance exams. Then, what are the colleges that I can pursue bachelor's in architecture from? If I'm focusing only on India, even then, we need to have a list of aspirational colleges, my top 5 architectural colleges in India, and then my best fit or the safety colleges, just in case I don't get through those top 5. Or if I don't get through those top 5 architecture colleges, will I like to go for another career, or will I have another career choice? Then we also need to have that career choice in place as a plan B. And of course, once you have done the bachelor's, there are postgrad courses in architecture, which is just not master's in architecture. So once you want to do a specialization in your postgrad, it can, branch out to urban design, industrial design, sustainable living, architectural landscape, and there are many more. So this is like a typical career path looks like for an architecture. So, a big question that every parent needs to address with the student is, have you ever mapped out steps that you need to prepare for the career of your choice? Because career is a journey, it is not a destination. And therefore, it is very important to make the most of every milestone that comes along the way. On this note, I will now uh, hand over to Sonia, who will deep dive into our workshop details. And these workshop details will help you, will eventually help you, address the questions that, we have that we have been talking about in the webinar so far. So, Sonia, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ruchika. Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Yes? Okay. And yeah, thank you.
Sonia.
Yeah, okay. So thank you to all of you as well to join us on Sunday morning, and giving your time. And so as Ruchika, took you through the what is informed career decision and what are the different steps to choose the career. So I will just deep dive into our workshop details, how it's going to help a student or a parent to make an informed career decision. Okay. So let me begin my presentation with the picture. So I want all of you to just tell me what you can see on the picture. Maybe picture is not very perfect, but yeah. So what you can see on the
You
picture.
can unmute and speak, or you can write on chat, your choice.
So at least few answers I need.
Let's make this webinar more interactive.
So what you can see on the picture? Anyone can tell me.
And there are no right and wrong answers out here. We are just trying to brainstorm.
Okay, which animal we can see on picture? Anyone can answer. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, fine, no problem. Okay,
No,
so
we have an answer, Sonia. The rhino pursuing its dream of being fit from
uh,
Surbi.
okay, so we have, okay. Yes, so Ruby, so Rhino pursuing his dream of being fit,
Being fit,
right?
yeah.
Right. Yeah, so something like that. Exactly. So that's what this picture, says. Now let's see what is Rhino's dream. Okay, so Rhino's dream is to become to unicorn, right? So that's a Rhino's dream. So, do you think, let's take a pause here. So, do you think, is it possible for Rhino, even if he or she does lot of, hard work to achieve his or her dream? Will it
Any
be
thoughts
possible?
on this?
Can Rhino achieve his or her dream? Any thoughts on this?
Anyone? I know we have children, we have students in this cohort as well. Anyone, any child, any student wants to take that up?
Okay. So let me explain. So what this picture says, so here's the rhino who is working very hard to achieve his or her dream of becoming a unicorn. Okay, maybe becoming fit and becoming unicorn, which is something we can say it as not achievable, right? So what this picture says us is sometimes we dream of becoming something or we dream of something, but whether those dreams are achievable or not. And we are talking here completely from the career perspective. Okay, so we have dreams and we have to find out whether we can achieve those dreams or not, and what is the process of that. So what is the process, how can we find out that? So for that we have something called as a career discovery path. Okay, so this career discovery path, we have total of 4 interlocking components. So what are those 4 interlocking components we have? First one is understanding yourself. Second one is understanding world of work, develop career alternatives, and finally the career preparation. So all these steps or all these, this career discovery path will lead us to what Ruchika said, to make us an informed career decision, right? So what we will do is, so this is actually the whole gist of our workshop, what we do. But I will very briefly take you through all these steps one by one, uh, and understand how do our workshop, what does our workshop entail. So let's start with the very first a component, that is understanding yourself. Now, again, when we say understanding yourself, it is again very broad term. Okay, so it can be, understanding yourself spiritually, and understanding yourself whatever way someone wants to. But here we are focusing very much on understanding a student, and a student has to understand himself or herself from again career perspective. So, what are the different components under understanding yourself? So self-understanding is basically consists of 3 parts, that is interests, aptitude, and career beliefs. So these are the 3 components of self-understanding. Now let's just quickly look at what are interests. So interests are basically patterns of likes, dislikes, and indifferences. A person's patterns of likes, dislikes, and indifferences. Activities that draw a person's attention. It evokes curiosity of a person, things that a person wants to pursue further, and activities that a person considers worthwhile. Okay, so these are the some of the examples of interest or some of the definitions of interest. Again, also an activity a person enjoys. Okay, so these are the interests. Now, if we look at this picture, right? So, what does this picture shows? I really need a one or two answer for this. So, what does this picture shows?
Anyone, please. You can type in chat also if you don't want to say it loud.
Okay, so
We have an answer, chest expansion measurement.
yes, right, right. Okay, and what? Yes, that's correct. So he's expanding his chest for the measurement. So basically, what this picture shows, again, we are not here to belittle anyone, but it shows that this person has a lot of interest in joining an army or maybe police force, right? And he's having a lot of interest. That's why he's somewhat somehow he wants to get into that. That's why he's like, expanding his chest so that all his parameters come within the required specifications and he gets selected, right? But do we really think whether he would get selected into the police force or army or not? And this brings us to the another aspect or another point of interest, which is an attitude, or sorry, aptitude. Sorry, it's an aptitude. So what is an aptitude? So aptitude is capabilities and talents of a person, which one is naturally good at, right? It's an innate ability. The person, as we say, it's naturally good at. It is person's innate ability. It's easy to excel. If you have an aptitude for something, it will be easy for a person to excel in that particular field. And you always have a better chance of success, right? So we just saw what is an interest and what is an aptitude, right? Now, just let's quickly understand, whether we all are on the same page or not. So activities you are naturally good at, is it an interest or aptitude? You can give me an answer.
You
Maybe
can
by,
just type aptitude, a yes or no.
I mean, is
Very
it
good, very
interest or
nice.
it's an aptitude?
That's right.
Yeah, so that's an aptitude, right? It's an aptitude. Okay, matter a person wants to pursue further. Is it an interest or aptitude?
We have an answer, interest.
Yeah, right. So it's an interest. Okay. Now, something which is affected by external influences. So what do you think? It's an interest or it's an aptitude? Yes, so it's an interest, right? So
That's
it's
right.
an interest. Activities that do not bore a person.
Yes,
So it's an interest. Activities that you don't find difficult or a person don't find difficult.
that's right.
And it's not affected by external influences.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
an aptitude,
So
right?
yes, so why this exercise? Because it's actually very important for us to understand what is an interest and what is an aptitude. Okay, because both are very important when you are making a career decision. Okay. So now two very important aspect or very important things of interest is interest can change. Okay, so interest can change, and high interest does not mean high ability. Okay, that is something which we really have to understand, and we always need to keep note of that, at high interest does not need high ability. Okay, that's what that picture was showing. He has high interest in getting into the army, but whether he has an ability to get into that particular position. Now there is something called as a overlap of interest and aptitude, right? And that we call it as a potential. So high interest but no aptitude is also not a good criteria to choose a career or to make any decision. And if you have, you know, more aptitude but no interest, that also will not lead, will not help person to make an informed career decision or good career decision. Now there is something which is in between, where there is an overlap of interest and aptitude happens, and that we called it as a potential. Okay. And through our workshop we help students to find the potential. So in, initial, when Ruchika was speaking, she also talked about interest and aptitude. So that is a, part of the career, informed career decision. We have to know our interest, we have to know our aptitude, and there is a overlap of aptitude and interest, and we call it as a potential, right?
And what happens is, when you choose a career which is best aligned to your true potential, then that career is long lasting. The chances that the career will be successful, fulfilling, and long lasting is much higher.
Yes, true. And also one more thing what I want to highlight here is, see, when we talk about career, it's not something which we are doing it for 2 years or 3 years. Something which we are doing it for our almost like a lifelong. So that's why we don't, separate career from our life. And if we have to sustain in that, we need to choose something which is like long lasting, and that will happen if we choose a career as per persons, or person chooses a career as per his or her potential.
Because there is a difference between career and a job. I mean, career runs over a longer period of time and entails multiple jobs. So we are here looking at a career which is long term versus a job which can be a short term.
Right. Okay, so the self understanding, we just saw the two components, interests and aptitude, and the combination of interest and aptitude is potential. And then there is another very important aspect of self understanding, which is career beliefs. Okay, this is something which is actually, very important, but most of the time we don't pay attention to this particular, aspect of self understanding. As the name suggests, it's a belief, right? So no one questions it, because we just take it as that is how it is. Now these career beliefs, again, it is like, all of us have, beliefs, all of us have our beliefs. There are different kind of career beliefs, so I'm not going into very deep into that. But when we do our workshop, we do speak with the, student, we do speak with the parents to understand about career beliefs, because these career beliefs have, great influence on career choice. Okay, so now just quickly we will see what are career beliefs, right? So career beliefs are deeply held dash about a career. So what is this? Deeply held convictions about a career, right? Career beliefs are attitude towards a career, right? So it's like, this career is good, this career is not good, or, whatever. There are many, as I told, it differs. Career beliefs are not always accurate or not always right, right? These career beliefs vary from one group to another. Okay, we have seen it among, uh, among our surroundings, we have seen this, right? It varies from one group to another, it varies from one society to another society, it varies from place to place, so it keeps on changing. And these career beliefs have strong influence on our career development. So that's a reason we also have to, very much aware of our career beliefs, right? So when
One,
we all were,
sorry, Sonia,
sorry,
please carry.
yeah, so I was just saying, when we all were growing up, at least during my growing up years, so it was very, a common career belief that girls has to become doctor and the boys have to become engineer. That's like, very common, one of the career beliefs. Another thing is, just think of the moment we think of a nursing jobs, we just think of a girls, we never think of a boy can be a nurse or not. So these are some of the career beliefs or convictions
And
or
I'll tell you one more career belief which is really classic and still holds true is that if my child doesn't take up maths in 11th and 12th, his career graph or possibilities is highly restricted, or his career will not be very lucrative or money making, you
Yes.
know. So,
Right.
yeah, so these
Yeah.
are
So
some of the career beliefs that as a family we need to be so aware of.
yes. Right. And this, as we said, the career beliefs comes from the surroundings, from our surroundings it comes, right? Okay, so basically this is the self-understanding. So again, I'm just summing it up quickly. It's basically your interest, your aptitude, based on that you have a potential and your career beliefs. This all a person has to know about himself or herself. Okay. Now, this, as we initially talked about this career discovery path, right? So understanding myself, we saw these four components. Next component is the understanding the world of work. So once a person, a student knows himself or herself, then he or she has to understand the world of work. So what comes under the world of work? A person has to know about a career. Okay. See, very generally what happens, we just, I mean, students or generally what we say, we just think of okay, mujhe, I want to become a pilot, or I want to become an architect. But what that career involves, what are the things under that career? So in this particular exercise, we go through lots of career, okay, where we know about career name, what is the definition of a career, what are the tasks involved in that career, and what are the paths to achieve that particular career. Okay. Understanding the world of work, under that is another component which comes, which is an educational information. So when we talk about educational information, it means you have to know about the eligibility and the qualification, right? So just to make you understand this, so very simple eligibility, as if you take an example of an architect, if I want to become an architect, my eligibility is I have to take a maths, right? So I can't say I want to become architect, but I don't like maths. And qualification to become an architect, so it's like bachelor's in architecture, that is a qualification. So this is just one very simple example. Okay, so this again, I'm not going
And
to
just to further add, and we also need to know in the educational information that yes, this is the eligibility wherein I must take maths in my 11th along with other subjects, and the qualification is bachelor's. Plus, what do I need? What entrance exams do I need to really work hard for? If I want to do bachelor's in architecture, because sometimes what happens is when the students uh, you know understand that this is the entrance examination that I need to pass, and this is what it will take to prepare for those entrance exams, sometimes their career decision changes.
Hmm. Right. Okay. So again, this we get into more details. We have, activities involved related to that. We have something called as a career dictionary, which a student goes through during the workshop process, and, as per the potential. So I'll come to the potential. So based on that, they browse through different careers and understand all these in more details. And the third component of this career discovery path is a develop career alternatives, right? So based on the potential, okay, based on the potential of a child, there will be 3 to 5 career options, okay, or career alternatives which are given, and followed by there will be a career preparation. Okay, so the career preparation, it includes, different career path and the milestones, right? So these two are the activities which will be done with the students in a more detail. And then based on that, we have a career report where these options will be given. It will be discussed with the parents, and then whatever the path a child wants to pursue, it can be further evaluated and further discussed. Okay, so that was the whole this career discovery path process. That's how we do it. Now, next, let's coming to the potentials. Okay, so all of us, we have, heard of this multiple potential or multiple intelligence theory. So what, we believe, as, Ruchika said, one of the career belief, if the person is not good in maths, he or she will not have a good career, or she will not have a good, education and all. But all of us have multiple potentials. Okay, so what are those 5 multiple intelligence or multiple potentials we call? So these are the 5 different multiple potentials. So first one is a linguistic, another one is analytical, logical, spatial, personal, and physical and mechanical, right? And all of us have all these 5 multiple intelligence or multiple potential, you can call it. Only difference is maybe my linguistic is higher than Ruchika's linguistic, right? Maybe Ruchika's analytical logical is more than my analytical and logical. Okay. So through our workshop, we help students to find what are their top 3 potentials. Okay. And based on these 3 top potentials, accordingly we will suggest the subject stream, career, the alternative careers or career options, and the career path. So now let's just quickly, I'll go through, what are the linguistic potential. So as the name says, it's like a person is good in, is a fluent in languages. He has the skill to use words. He or she has an expressive ability, sensitive to the meaning of the words, and has an attractive communication, right? Now, can you think of some of the careers which can come under this linguistic potential? Any one or two career options or career which you can think of?
A person who possesses the high linguistic potential would tend to gravitate towards, yeah, perfect, journalism.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. So these
Any
are
other
yeah,
response? Yeah,
yeah,
okay, we
sorry.
have.
Yeah.
No, no, that's okay, Sonia. Please.
Yeah. So like yes, journalism, lawyer, copywriters, writers, teachers, and there are
Yeah,
many.
content creator, as Chikha says, right?
Yes. Right. Okay. So that's a linguistic potential. Then we have analytical and logical potential. So analytical and logical potential, person who has good reasoning skills, applies logic to solve problems, calculation, good with the calculation and numbers, able to analyze the data, having good planning and strategy skills, and understand the cause and effect relations, right? So can you just give me some of the careers related
Which,
to analytical and logical?
yeah, finance,
Mm,
that's perfect. Any other? A person with a high analytical or logical potential, statistician,
mm,
perfect. Quality control. Let's
yes.
show them the list,
Yeah.
Sonia.
Okay, so these are the some of the careers related to person with a good analytical logical. So CA, detectives, researchers, scientists, actuaries.
Yeah, and the
Like,
list goes on. This is
ah,
not exhaustive.
yeah,
Mathematician, statistician,
yes. So
I mean,
all those will come under this particular potential. Then we have the third one, which is a spatial potential. So spatial potential, a person who has a good visualization, keen observation. He or she has a vivid, imagination. The transfer observations and imaginations into realities, maybe in the form of writing or in the form of, drawing, works with colors, good with colors, and create designs, right? So now what are the careers which can come under this particular potential?
interior designer, architects, perfect. Designers, yes.
Right.
Any other apart from designers? Photographer,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the, so definitely the manipulation of space. So these are the different careers which can come under this particular potential. So architects, commercial artists, graphic designer, fashion designer, filmmakers, photographers,
And
automobile.
of course, this is not an exhaustive list. So, like someone mentioned, a photographer
Yeah.
and even a chef.
Yes, yes.
So,
So any creative thing, any work which needs creativity, can, that person will have a good spatial potential and can choose the career from here.
yeah, they will naturally gravitate towards these careers.
Right. Okay, and the other one is the personal potential. The fourth one is personal potential. So as the name suggests, understands the human behavior, sensitivity to others' moods and feeling, manage groups of people, lead people, and help people with their difficulties and promote their well-being, right? So what are the different career options which we can have under this?
Perfect. Psychologist. Yeah.
Hmm. What else?
Human resources. Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so again, yeah, psychologists, counselors, hotel managers, even doctors,
Project managers. Correct.
yeah, even doctors need to have good personal potential, social workers. So all those, career comes under personal potential. Now we have the last one, which is a physical mechanical potential. So physical mechanical potential is it's a fluency of movement of your body, physical strength, have good physical strength, has good fine motor skills, has good stamina and endurance, good mechanical skills, understand machines, equipments, and tools. Right. So these are the some of the attributes of physical mechanical potential. So what are the careers which can come under this?
Engineering.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sports. Right.
Right.
Defense forces. Really
Mm.
nice. Very participative audience. I really like the responses.
Yeah. Okay. So these are the careers which can come under this. So protection services, it can be police, it can be army, it can be defense,
Sports. Yeah.
engineers, technicians,
Sports.
pilots. So all those careers. Again, as we told that these are very, 4 or 5 we can list here, but that list is
But this
excellent.
is just to give an idea. That's it.
Okay. So these are the 5 potentials which we have, seen. Right now, we will use these ideas. Okay, when we conduct the workshop, so we will use these ideas as a framework to have more detailed conversation, right? Specifically focusing on a student for whom we are doing this particular workshop, right? So I'll just give you this workshop. How do we do it? So it's basically conducted in a 3 sessions. So we have a 3 sessions for the workshop. So the first session, which is that main session, it is done with the student. Okay. We have seven career development exercises plus a psychometric test. So when I say career development exercises, so all these exercises are related to the career discovery path, which I have taken you to the 4 interlocking components, where understanding oneself, exploring the world of work, all those things we will do with the student. And it also has a psychometric test, which is to understand the interest and aptitude of a student. And based on that, then we'll have a student's potential. So what is students, where the student's potential lies. And we do the second session, which is with the parent session. Okay, so actually our workshop, another, but the point which I want to highlight, we also called it as a qualitative and quantitative analysis. So when I say quantitative, it is the psychometric test where the student appears for a test and we get his or her potential. When I say qualitative, it's more of understanding a student as a person. So when we speak with the student, we get to know his or her interest. We also get to know at some level his or her aptitude as well. We also do the session with the parents where we get the information about students from parents, again based on these 5 potentials. Okay, so like whenever we are, so that when we make a decision or when we are making our career report, we consider all those points in mind, and based on that we have our career report. Okay, so this parent session, because we believe that parents know their child well, no one else know, and we, because they have seen them growing from childhood uh, till now, so we get all the information from parents about child. And then last session will be discussing the career report. So once we have these through data, these two datas with us, then we will develop a career report, and which will be discussed. It is a combined session with the parents and student. We will present the report. We will, suggest the subject streams and the career path. And if any questions, any discussions, we can always do during this particular session. Okay. And these sessions, session 1 and 2, it doesn't have to happen in a sequence. Like we can always have session 2 first and then session 1. That's depending on the availability of, student and parent we can do.